よし、やっていきましょう。ABC 殺人事件。54%か。あ、待って、声が。はい。やっていくか。よいしょ。これは屋敷かな？
It is not the right time.
よいしょ。3番目に殺された、
I do not
被害者の奥さんからね、話がしたいということで。
It would be rude to make Lady...
うん。
It would be rude.
とりあえず話を聞いてた。大丈夫か？震えてるぞ。
This poor woman is very ill.
かなり悪そうですけどね、体調は。おぼろげな。
Please tell the nurse to hurry. Please.
This woman is suffering. She is in no state to have a conversation.
看護師を先に呼ぶか。
It would be rude to...
Mr. Poirot?
My respects, madame.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Have you seen the nurse? She should have been here by now. Oh, I'm sorry.
The telephone in the hall is ringing.
なるほど。看護師が来るというふうに言ってましたね。
The Clark residence. Detective Hercule Poirot speaking.
How do you do, Mr. Poirot? I'm Lady Clark's nurse. I wanted to let you know that I won't be able to come for her injection today. Might Miss Gray be able to do it?
She has just left, but I will take care of it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. You'll find the skeleton key to open the medicine cabinet hidden in the lion trophy.
You can count on me. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Oh, thank you kindly. Goodbye, Mr. Poirot.
なるほど。合鍵を見つける。これか？ライオンなのか、これ。お。
Here is the skeleton key.
もう一個なんかある？ん？
April 1925, Aceh Province, Sumatra.
なるほど。で、
It is not the right time. Lady Clark is in pain. Lady Clark is...
お、
Lady Clark is...
ん？
This skeleton key will be very useful for opening the locks I have not yet.
お、めっちゃ回転する。でもどうしよう。普通に奥さんのところに行
I am not going to leave.
ってあげたらいいのか？注射打てない。 て、モルヒネがどこにあるかか。
This woman is suffering. She is in no state to have a conversation.
Please tell the nurse.
モルヒネどこにある？
Lady Clark.
これじゃないのか。
Lady Clark is in. Lady Clark is in.
モルヒネはどこにあるんだい？打たないことには。どこにあるって言って。
Lady Clark. I do not. Lady Clark.
注射する。モルヒネがどこにあるかなんだけど。上か？
Lady Clark is in. Lady Clark is in. Lady Clark.
これか？あ、鏡があるから鏡だけしかないのかと。
It's
こ
closed.
れだな。
Ah, Mr. Poirot. Oh, I feel better now. Thank you for your help.
Madame, you are tired, so I will get straight to the point. What can you tell me about this business?
What business, Mr. Poirot?
No doubt. You wish to talk to me about what happened to your husband?
Ah, yes. Oh, poor Carmichael. Has the madman who killed him been caught?
Not yet, chère madame. There was a great many people in Cheston on the day of the murder.
Indeed. People go straight to the beach. They don't come near Coomside.
So, there were no strangers around the house that day?
Who said that?
The people who live here. Your brother-in-law, Miss Gray.
Miss Gray? Oh, I don't like her. Franklin wanted her to stay, but I insisted she should go immediately.
You are entitled to do so, naturally.
I'm pleased that you approve. The others have been taken in by her. But at least you can see through that self-pity act. See what she's up to.
なるほど。
Oh,
寝ちゃった。寝ちゃったよ。
She's sleeping. I must find a way to wake her up gently.
じゃあ探索していきますか。
This subject would probably be useful to me.
銀色の子。2。
This subject would probably be useful to me.
銀と金と銅かな。銅の子3。 位置がありそうだなってなると、ちょっとじゃあ調べさせてもらいますか。ああ、ある。
This subject would probably be useful.
早速、これで1、2、3と揃ったが、何に使うのか。これか？
The mechanism appears to be broken.
ああ、
This spring appears to be broken.
なるほど。
I hope that Hastings will not be cross with me.
で、これ、これでも、ここにしか使えない。1、2、3。違う。これを使って、で、
This part appears to be...
回して、成功かな？なんであんな分解されていたんだ。
Oh, what are we talking about? Ah, yes. Thora Grey. Oh, Carmichael had great esteem for her. But for me, she was nothing but a hypocrite.
なるほど。
You're probably right, madame.
You have seen through her. I'm so pleased that I've convinced you.
You are very harsh. Do not forget that the girl is an orphan.
Yes, and she used the fact to get around men. Take Franklin. He's fallen for her sweet-talking charms. Oh, he's a lovely boy, very plucky and sure of himself. But so naive. Oh, when it comes to women.
Franklin really idealized Miss Grey.
Absolutely. It's so good to see that you all agree with me.
Miss Grey did look after you very well, though.
Outwardly. But she's hiding something. I think she tried to poison me.
Miss Grey? A poisoner? But everybody appears to like her.
It proves she knows what she's doing. She's manipulative and she's a liar.
A liar?
Let's see, didn't she say that on the day of the crime nobody was around Coomside?
That is correct.
Well, at 11 o'clock I saw her talking to
なるほど。
someone.
Really? And what was this man like?
An ordinary sort of man with a very plain face. Oh, I don't remember well.
Was he a gentleman?
No, he was not a gentleman.
It would be best to leave her to sleep now. The telephone in the hall is ringing.
誰かと会っていたのか。
This couple appears to be having fun.
クリケット。
Lady Clark and Sir Carmichael were very happy, but they did not have any children. I've finished with...
だけかな。
The telephone is ringing. Hello?
Poirot, is that you? Hastings here.
Thank you for calling. Have you received a new letter from the murderer?
No, thank goodness. How are things in Churston?
I questioned Lady Clark, but I will not leave until I have examined everything of interest to me here. Fortunately, Franklin is absent, and I have a skeleton key.
Have you seen Thora Grey again?
Briefly. But rest assured, I intend to summon her to London soon.
She's a fascinating girl.
But secretive. I would like to ask her a few questions.
Poirot, she wouldn't hurt a fly.
Each to his own, my friend. Yours are pretty orphans, mine old ladies that have the maladies.
Poirot, are you mocking me?
No ill intended, rest assured. À bientôt, mon ami.
じゃあ探索していくか。毒を盛ろうとしていたと言ったけど。
The Black Dragon's Curse. To Franklin, who will never grow up. January 25, 1928. Car Charlotte. Miss Thora Grey, Comside, Churston, Devon. Arsenic trioxide thallium.
Hmm? 毒薬なの？何なんだろう。
How am I going to open this trunk? Let us examine it.
なるほど。だけか。
That does not appear to be very... That does not appear to be...
どこ向いてるんだ。おお。めちゃくちゃ回るね。ヒントはでも全然ない。このシールとかも別に関係なさげだわ。これ何なんだろうね。なんでこれができるんだろうね。あ、これか。1927か。なるほどね。試してみよう。1、9。2、7。OK。
Leaving the code on the trunk. What a strange character Franklin is.
これは12時。ちょっと置いといて。31。1かな。28。時間か。5。下の数字と上の数字が1時20分。何も起きない。7時20分。7はなんかでも下にピッてつくよな。
So, what is this sound?
開きましたね。ん
I should be able to open the trunk now.
なるほど。鍵か。違う。
There we are.
OK。
A pile of books, including one about dragons. Nothing interesting. Whiskey and other good quality drinks. Mr. Clark really has refined tastes.
ちょっと待って。これか。
Whiskey and other good...
ウイスキーだけ？
Whiskey and other good quality drinks. Why has Franklin put an Allen key inside his trunk? Albo...
これか。違う？これだよね。ここのところもう一回なんかあったりしない？
destroyer has nothing more to offer. An Allen key. It can be used in fight.
R1 でそういうことね。なんだこれは八角形。
An Allen key. It can. Another screw.
で、これもで、
This engraving is not very easy to understand. I need to sort it out.
まあドラゴンだろ。
It is blocked.
これに合うよってやつか。で、連動してるのか。外からやっていかないといけないんだな。おお。なるほど。これが、かなりめんどくさいな。これぐらいで、
It is blocked.
なるほどね。めんどくさいね、結構ね、これ。もう一個向こうか。 で、外は、こいつだけは、そう。ああ、外が回っちゃうのか。こうして、こうだ。
Franklin must really love his country to have an engraving in his trunk.
結構
I
むずい
think
な。
I heard the panel above release.
かなり厄介だったな、これは。イギリスね。で、上のパネルが開いた。パネルってな。これか。
A signet ring? A signet ring with a code written on it. 1587. It may be useful to me.
1578。意味かよ。わざわざでもあんなところに隠したんだね。なんだったの？なんでだろうね。よほど大事ななんかだったんだろうけど。またパズルか？
4 Chinese symbols are engraved on this padlock.
これは何もヒントねえな。これらだろうな。
Well, well. The characters engraved on this disc.
これなんだっけ？ 2 だっけ？
The position of this character looks right to me. The position of this character looks right to me.
こんなわかりやすい仕
Like
掛けで
this.
いいのか？逆に。で、これね。あなたは鎖を開く。
Like this. Very good. All the circle.
と、2打開。違う、打開。はい。ああ、鎖になってたもんですね。
At last, the cupboard is open.
開けごま的な、めちゃくちゃわかりやすいやつ。
Genteel and wild. English countryside revisited.
イギリスの田舎。あ、よいしょ。
The Railway Children. E. Nesbit.
鉄道。鉄道。
For Franklin. Und Effie's Christmas, 1910. Traveling in China, a practical guide for English travelers. Helmet, flask, and rifles. Franklin is very well equipped.
なんだ？
I think that signet ring should be placed here.
なるほど。
A signet ring bearing the Clark's family's coat of arms. A number is written on it.
1578。
The plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
おー。これはヒントあるの？これはヒントないよな。
Franklin appears to be very active.
これ見てからだな。
Franklin Clark appears to be a typical British gentleman. A good sportsman, a hunter, a traveler.
でもだけか。
July 1920, Alaska Peninsula.
馬。
February 1922, South Africa.
これ全部覚えていかないといけないやつかもしれん。そんな気がするね、これ。なるほど。これが一番最後の謎だな、じゃあ。そんな気がしますね。ちょっとメモるか。書いてあるどっかに。書いてあるというか、書き留めてくれてるの。書き留めてくれてないね。
February 1922, South Africa.
よいしょ。南アフリカ。
February 1922, South Africa.
鹿。日本のなんかよくわかんないやつ。足跡だな、多分な。
July 1920, Alaska Peninsula.
アラスカ、熊。これは熊だな。最初からやり直しになっちゃうから、あれか。ああ、そうだね。本当に最初からなってる。これ、北緯とかそういう知識いる？もしや。
April 1925, Aceh Province, Sumatra.
ジェ州、スマトラ。アッチェ、スマトラ。
Sir Carmichael's col- The door is locked.
ロック。これも使えんか。
This unit contains the medical records for Sir Carmichael Clark's patients. Let us study them closely and see if there are any familiar names. Lots of dust. No known names. No dust on the records from A to D. No known names. I see some papers that were not there the first time I visited. Valuers report property. Building land located in Comside, Churston. Court and Brunskill. The name is familiar. Is that not the name of the firm Donald Fraser works for?
被害者がつながった。
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute 201. Lady Clark, your wife is... I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy... These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime...
なるほど。
Comside's private... The catalogue for... There are some very...
これ、
Traditional Chinese map. Facsimile. South is on the top of the map.
これどうなんだ。あれの地図には関係ないか。
Compass. Point to the... Attention, Franklin. Task list. A. Ordering Lady Clark remedies. Done. B. Tidying up real estate property files. Done. E. Update land rent accounting. Done. F. Ordering a restock of arsenic. Done. P.S. I have left on the living room table some of my things I don't want to keep. The locket and the dagger. I am sure you know why. Thora.
お、
A dark dragon for a bright-haired maid. C. already seen similar daggers.
これ、どうなんだ、あそこに持ってくのかな。
These daggers are only
そういうわけでもないのか。別に、これ持っていくわけではない。
I've already seen similar.
ないな。うん。じゃあこんなもんかな。
Order and method above all. There are some.
あとは
I am not going.
上もあったっけ。
Best to leave it.
ないな。ってなると、さっきのこれを後を解くしかない。難しいね。
The plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
よいしょ。とは言ってもさ、むずない。2個しかないんだ、まだ。一緒だ。
The Lion of Sumatra.
お。
The Alaskan Kodiak Bear.
お、なんか勝手に勝手にポアロがやってくれる。助かる。
The African Kudu. I heard the sound of a mechanism.
お、
Strange way of protecting one's safe. Triangulating one's hunting sites on a map.
195なんだっけ。15
A signet ring. These documents are very likely going to head.
OK。
A dozen gold sovereigns. Some shares for the Southern Railway and some treasury bills. This is not worth.
うん。
Charlotte Clark, Comside, Churston, Devon. To Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Chim Sha Tsui, Kowloon, Hong Kong, Comside, 1935, January 1st. I wish you with all my heart a happy year 1935. Writing my greeting cards, I have affectionate thoughts for you, always smiling. At home, everything annoys me, starting with this young Thora Sir Carmichael is so fond of. I have nobody to share my feelings with, so I write to you. I opened the secret drawer of Carmichael and read a letter not addressed to me. In this letter, Sir, I know, but my husband doesn't know I know. Please don't tell him. And if he shares the truth with you, act as you are surprised. It does matter to me that you are aware of what happens in Comside. Warm regards, Charlotte. Sir Carmichael Clark, Comside, Churston, Devon. To Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Dear Franklin, first, I wish you a good start to a successful new year. I have received your letter dated December 10th. Things go on here much as usual. Charlotte is moderately free from pain. I wish one could say more. You may. She has an exquisite taste and shares my passion for Chinese art. No daughter could be a closer. You wrote me you want to stay in China for one more year or even longer. I don't object. The longer you stay, the more opportunity. I am, dear Franklin, your truly affectionate brother.
弟か。
Eton College School Year, 1912-1913. Franklin Clark. School report for Franklin Clark. According to his teacher.
なるほどね。
Where is the horrible smell of carrion coming from?
腐った匂い。
Something makes. This wisteria is in full bloom. This fountain makes a very relaxing sound.
水じゃないのか。ってことは向こう側かな。
I would like to congratulate Clark's gardener. What?
そうだね。綺麗だね。綺麗すぎてなんかのパズルに使えそうだね。ゴミはもう関係ないか。お墓がある。
May you have peace, Carmichael. Charlotte.
彼のね、好きだった景色を見られる場所にという、そういうことだよな。
Where is the horrible smell? Clark's greenhouse. It must hold some rare plants.
これじゃないんだ。
It was probably the gardener who lit this fire. Look here. I wonder if someone wanted to get rid of these papers. This subject would probably be
カ
useful
ル
to
テ
you.
じゃないか。
If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important.
カルテっぽい気がするな。腐った匂いの正体はこれでいいのかな。
This wisteria.
アップになった。
This wisteria.
なんもないか。
This fountain makes a very relaxing.
入れるのかな。入れないね。
Clark's green.
Oh.
Tut-tut. The gardener does not follow the alignment. There, that's better. It is symmetrical. Brown pellets. Revolting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Mm. なぜ持ち物をコンサイドに置いていったのか。なぜ？なるほど。
Everything that Thorgray has left behind comes from Sir Carmichael's collection. He most probably gave them to her. But he chose to leave them here rather than run the risk of being accused of theft. It is understandable when you know. Let us now try and get our brain.
毒を盛ろうとしていた。まあ別にほっといてもって感じだな。
Thorgray had no reason to kill someone who only had few months left to live. The poison she ordered was for rats. The gardener must have made good use of it, considering the stinking remains on the path not far from... I've finished here. Brown pellets. Revol... There. That...
よし。では、帰りますか。まあ、ソーラは別に少なくともまあ、事件には関係はなさげかと。
I must put the skeleton key back and inform Hastings that I'm...
鍵を戻して。
April 9. Perfect. Nothing else is keeping me here. Hello, Hastings. I have finished in Charleston. I will...
Yes, you just have to soak a cloth with a hydrochloric acid solution.
Bien. You have been of great assistance.
Of course, but what documents do you want?
You will see, my friend.
カルテっぽいけどな。
Donald Fraser is here. He insisted on waiting to see you.
婚約者ね。でも会社がね、繋がってるんだよな。
This man is tired. Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Mr. Parrow, I don't know why I'm here.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Parrow, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Well, what are you waiting for? Tell me about your dream.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her round the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its...
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
見た夢。 どう解釈するか。難しいこと言うね。殺してない。これか。
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will... Oh, I remember.
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and ask Miss Gray to come tomorrow morning. Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question. You lied to us, and I demand to know why.
But what are you talking about?
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Stocking.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size. Glasses. Dark suit and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident, but he wasn't.
You did not leave Churston willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin could not go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston. Are you planning on returning to Churston?
Who knows what the future holds?
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our Brent.
カーマーキルクが生きていたら結婚したか。難しいね。ソーラ、マイケル、カーマイケルと。 うのか。むずいね。むずいね。結婚したかどうかでしょう。これじゃねえんだもんな。むずない？これか。
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he is lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she is calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and get...
ストッキング。
It's perfectly clear, Hastings, perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill, and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect.
電話する。
Royal, mathematical, and statistical. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims? Yes, and it is easy, as soon as we know the rate. On the one hand, the ratio of towns. After this initial calculation, go to the last page to find. Daily Blag, August 31. Sometimes small things. 3 mornings in a row, confided to us, the cook broke the... This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such...
なるほどね。
Chief Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes. Contact all the...
Your suspect is a salesman.
No, he does not take orders. He's...
Right. The hunt is on.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
Can you get the post, Hastings? What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
どうしたの？
Are you collecting the post, Poirot?
It is not the right time. Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the...
次は D か。
It is not the right... Mon ami, it is a pleasure to be working with you again.
Let
us examine this more. Certain characters in... Yes, this eye is... Right, let us... Yes, the eye... I have to find...
W と A でしょ？ W 消えてるね。
Right. Let us compare this with the other. Of course. I have to find some... Yes. Right. Let us compare... That's right. My theory was right. Hastings, strike. Chief Inspector Jack?
He's on another line.
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC...
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
どうしたの？
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready.
Now, down to work. What of this needs putting in order?
ああ、なるほどね。並べなさいよと。ん？ここじゃないの？ん？いまいち分かってない。ここっぽいけど。
This piece should be placed here. I think that this is... This page is finished. That's done. 3 more to go.
これも合ってんじゃないの、さっきの。違うの？上のやつに合うようにやんないといけないのか？もしや。
This page will be reconstructed.
そういうことだね。
This page is child's play. This page is finished. And that's 2 done. This piece should be placed. I think that this is right. This page is finished. Only 1 more.
Last one. そうだな。
This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed. A bottle of solvent. A dry cloth.
Oh. かけるんじゃないの？
All the pages are reconstructed. A dry cloth. A bottle of solvent. A bottle of solvent.
Oh.
The cloth is now soaked. Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look.
つながったね。
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover.
処方
Betty
箋
Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. War wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia. Dick Dudley Dunbar. Owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic. Heart disease, heart condition.
ディック・ダン
Let us now try and get...
Eh, どこから
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly...
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who...
These are very good questions.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust. How did you guess? It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Have the town searched.
Indeed. It's the only thing to do. But the town is large and time is short.
It appears that all our hopes rest on the local police. I trust that they will be up to the task.
Something is bothering me. Can you reread the burnt document? Look at the fourth file. Dick Dudley Dunbar, Black Swan Hotel, Doncaster.
Mon Dieu, Hastings, bien sûr. It's the fourth victim. We must warn Mr. Dunbar immediately. I'll call the Black Swan. Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here.
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar. How can I help you?
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
Yes, please.
Wait a minute. I'm just looking for his room number.
I believe that I made a mistake. If anyone asks for him, he will understand that...
Oh,
Mr. Dunbar, I've changed my...
But who is this Cust?
A murderer.
A murderer? Under my roof? Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless.
Do not be fooled. He has already killed 3...
A murderer?
Dunbar, can you hear me? Dunbar! Dunbar has had malaise. That's all we needed. I'm calling the Doncaster police.
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news.
How is the hotel owner?
He had a heart attack. He was taken to the hospital.
Oh no. It is my fault.
Come on, Poirot. You weren't to know he had a weak heart.
But I should have known. I saw his medical records.
Do not torture yourself, Poirot. His attack was not
Please keep me informed on his progress.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his bedside when the murder...
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next...
No, of course.
While we're waiting to question Cust, we could say...
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House.
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort...
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you were so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable
but an unavoidable one.
なるほどね。
To Marbury Guest House, please.
着きました。
How do you do? You must be Mr. Elkil Proud.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cust left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself, he has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
Can't recall.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexa's by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cast asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churchton. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
なるほど。
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
猫。
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases. This woman appears to be in a bad mood. Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
じゃがいもでストレス発散。
I don't think my register will help you.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury. I have something to say to Mrs. Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder? Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
You rented the same room to two people. That's fraud.
Calm down, Mr. Poirot. My lodgings were full and I couldn't let poor Mr. Fishman sleep outside.
なるほど。その人物割と重要かもしれない。いや、そんなことはないか。
It is a very beautiful piece.
まあじゃあ行きますか。
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed. This subject would probably be useful to me. Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
あら。
This dark stain. It could be blood. How awful. This place is a real mess. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of an army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas...
Typewriter.
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it? Something is blocking the ribbon. The ribbon is jammed. Something is blocking. The right-hand heel has been removed. The left-hand heel has been removed. Something is blocking.
何が邪魔してる？ああ、これか。
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the... I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
やりました。
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter. John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesmen. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. Did Cust drop it when he opened the window, or was it... Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until... It's an ABC. A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This object would probably be useful to me.
なんだか怪しすぎて逆に怪しくない気がしてきたな、もう。ここまであれだとさ。
ABC guys, enough to sign about it. It's closed.
なんだあと。
It's closed. This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never...
表記で
Stockings.
ストッキング。
Trousers, white shirts. The Bexhill Daily paper. Most probably the basting dress repaired by... All the main articles referring to the ABC case are... Let us now try and get our brain cells to...
ベスクヒルで事件が起こった時に
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. No use continuing the inspection of this room. Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Miss...
Ah, Chief Inspector.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police.
I have established one fact. I had best talk to...
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty.
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and...
有罪か。カスは3人を殺すことができたか。カスと殺人犯に共通する点はあるか。カスのそこは疑わしいか。
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the bloodstained...
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes. Yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on...
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember it.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Miss?
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never can...
Très intéressant.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing...
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going...
なんかどうなんだろうな。怪しくない気がしてきたな。
To Scotland Yard, please.
Oh, カスト。
The This man is not in good shape. He is worried and very tired, and other police have been hard on him.
What do you want from me?
Good day, Mr. Cust. I am Hercule Poirot.
Ah, you're the detective.
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
Très bien. You did not write these letters. But the question remains, who did?
Probably one of my enemies. I have many.
Are you capable of murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Of course, you never considered killing a doctor who took such good care of you.
No. No, never.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
なんかね。
Take this. It will help you.
Thank you. Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot. But not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards.
Hmm? どっちだ？どっちもどっちじゃないか。
So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
Take this. It will help you.
ワンチャンあれかな、二重人格的なことがあり得る。
I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Let us leave Cust alone. He's at the end.
And? What could...
Plenty. It might help us to understand him. Let us now try.
どういうことなんだろう。カストの健康状態に言えることを。チャーストンでの事件がカストの犯行でないと示す手がかり。手がかり。これだね。犯行だと示さない手がかり。疑いもなく有罪であると言えるか。
I don't see any clearer than before.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive.
But you see, he can confess to anything. He denied the murders and then confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his...
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. Let us now try.
なるほどな。カストは知的か。知的か。ああ、なるほどね。自信家か。魅力的か。 列車好きか。冷静か。寛大か。真逆だね。
You see? Cuss' character is quite the opposite of the murderer.
But if he's a madman, can we...
You know very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual repetition in it.
Very well, you're right as always. So, we have no confession, no...
Have faith. Just give me 24 hours.
帰宅する。帰宅でいいのかな。
To White Heaven, please.
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now.
Details. Ah, mon ami. The death...
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear once our guests arrive. Best be prepared. Slip a revolver into your pocket before...
A revolver? But Poirot...
Trust me. It is important you...
What about telling me...
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your... Hastings, photo... Churston, Devon...
でもこれラストって気がするな。
The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets. I have to choose the type of bullets to load. The revolver is loaded with blancs. I still have time to choose real bullets. The revolver is loaded. The revolver is loaded with blancs. I still have time to choose. Daily Flicker, September 11th, 1935. His name is A.B. Cust. He struck in an... His latest victim would have been Dick D. Dunbar. Mr. Dunbar, thanks to the quick intervention of the... The Lancet, September 11th, 1935. General Med... Our assertion has just been confirmed by Professor Thompson, a Scotland Yard... But his amnesia, whether real or pretended, does not alter...
What about telling...
Surtout pas. Voila, I entrust you with my weapon. It has hardly been... Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
Have you checked the typewriter?
And the packaging, the letter, and the ribbon reel. We've only found prints left by Cust and his landlady.
Well, never mind, I shall make do.
So, are you still going to hold your meeting?
Of course, Chief Inspector. I can hear my guest coming up the stairs.
Why have you brought us here, Mr. Poirot?
Since Cust's arrest, I thought it was all done and dusted. Miss Gray formally identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw drove the same brand as the ones found at my aunt's.
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open.
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
Xenophobia? Maybe.
I may be wrong, but...
All these theories should be studied. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
なぜ犯人は住所を間違えたのか。なぜ
Is everything clear now?
You might like to explain your reasoning again.
Of course. First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churton, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked if he'd sent it to Scotland Yard or the papers because everybody knows their addresses. The mistake would have been corrected and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
なるほど。
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least one of the letters to have a wrong address and get lost. It was very cunning.
Absolument. It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating murderer.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
You are quite right, mademoiselle. Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
Do madmen... I mean, if he's mad, he might have two very different sides.
No doubt. But the murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of the psychopath.
But if Cust is not guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Mr. Clark, the answer to your question is in the medical records of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
ということはって感じだね。カストについて分かっていることは。カスが犯行現場にいたことをどう説明するか。犯行現場にいたこと。 現場にいたこと。ん？あれ違うのか。違うね。現場にいたことを訪問販売員じゃないのか。違うんだね。どう説明するか。ファストはどう説明するか。これじゃないのかな、でも。もう全部試したもんな、でも全部な。これは使わねえんだ。資源だもんな。どれ？カストが犯行現場にいたことをどう説明するか。いや、これじゃねえんだ。どれだ？なんかそれらしいのがないけどな。どう説明するか。ここが違うとかある？これはさすがに関係ないんだ。 あっちは合ってるでいいんだよな。どう説明するか。総当たりしたくないけど全然わからないんだよな。カルテはでも関係ないだろう。
Dr. Clark's patient's records provided a very useful list of potential victims, sorted by alphabetical order. The killer definitely used it, explaining the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cuss once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did he happen to be at the scene of the crimes? Either the murderer sent him there, or Cuss was following him closely. Cuss' highly suggestible nature leads us to the second hypothesis. The murderer was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cuss to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan? And what would he gain from 3 completely different murders?
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed all the crimes. What should we take from that? There is not one murderer, but 3 accomplices, who all used the same scenario.
Do you mean that 3 murderers with quite different aims joined forces to create a smokescreen? Here's another question. Is it still necessary to find a motive for each crime? And the one in Andover poses problem. Why was poor Mrs. Asher killed?
Indeed. It would be best to forget the theory.
あら。あ、これか。
Just one murder was of benefit to the murderer. The others were just diversions. On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of interest, and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at 2 potential culprits.
Franklin Clark.
Donald Fraser?
Yes, mademoiselle. That's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy. Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his large fortune. Both have a motive.
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
これだね。
He works for Court and Brunskill, one of whose clients was Sir Carmichael.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comside.
You could have done it, and you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
You or Mr. Franklin Clark?
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer? Let us now try and get our...
ドナルドは知的か。ドナルドは自信家か。ドナルドは魅力的か。列車好きか。 冷静か。寛大か。
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his cold indifference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Right, I suppose it's my turn to be subjected to the same scrutiny.
Absolument, Mr. Clark. Let us now try and get...
フランクリン・クラークは知的か。自信家か。魅力的か。列車好きか。冷静。
As you have all seen, there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up. Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance is lawfully mine. I just have to wait.
No, you had to act quickly.
Quickly.
Because you are incapable of waiting.
Really? Well, I am no...
Certes. Mademoiselle, although you haven't been telling the truth, there is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Grey had children by your brother, you would not have inherited a thing. You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action. In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit. You, Mr. Clark.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter. We know that for sure.
Oh, no. You know perfectly well. That is not true. Eh bien, voilà. Light has now been shed on the ABC murders.
Your theories are ingenious, but you haven't any proof.
One point to him. For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I bluff. One thing proves it. The prints you left on Cust's typewriter.
Enough.
Oh, of course you wiped the typewriter before sending it. But not carefully enough. Scotland Yard has found your print along with those of Cust.
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter, and why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to kill your brother?
Game, set, match. You win, Mr. Poirot. But it was worth trying.
お、いけた。
Don't come near me! I'll never let you take me, Mr. Poirot!
I'm sorry, Mr. Clark, there is no easy death for you. I expected your reaction, so I used blanks. I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
Disappointed at having missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England. Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married. On Poirot's recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better. And a few months later, to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again. According to this eminent physician, it appears to be an extremely rare case of spontaneous remission. Lady Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since. Journal of an Innocent, the incredible story of ABC. As for A.B. Cust, after being advised by Poirot, he made a great deal of money by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole of Yorkshire, even more popular than York Minster.
終わったな、ABC 殺人事件。面白かったですね。なんか、ちゃんと、こう、犯人を追い詰めていく、なんて言うんだろう、探偵の気分が味わえたというか、なんか、2時間のドラマを見ていたような、なんかそんな感じがしますね。いいゲームだったな。これで終わりか。エゴポイント。まだちょっと足りなかったな。ボーナスってなんだ。これは、そういうのが。
When Franklin understands that his brother...
なるほどね。こういう動機というか、計画をして、殺し、なるほどね。殺し。なるほどね。ここまではいいか。はい、ということで終わりました。アガサ・クリスティの ABC 殺人事件。面白かったね。アガサ・クリスティはまだ読んだことはないですけどね。名だね、ポアロが主人公のゲームでした。これはこれでなんかまた別だったね。なんというか、物的証拠もこう、あるんだけど、どっちかというとその人物像というか、なんか動機というか、なんかそういうところを重視しているような感じがしましたね。なんかそれはまた別の、なんていうんだろう、他の探偵とは別な点なのかなという気がします。ということで終わったんでね。また別のゲームでお会いしましょうか。ありがとうございました。